Okey doke. It is, notice is hereby given that a meeting of the Sandy Oaks Park Advisory Committee will be held on Tuesday, January 4th at 6:30 PM at 228870 Priest Road, Sandy Oaks, Texas, by telephonic video conferencing and in person for the purpose of considering the following agenda items. All agenda items are subject to action. The public may participate in this meeting by using the link on the agenda. The public will be permitted to offer comments telephonically or by audio as provided by the agenda and as permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting. Written questions and comments may be submitted to the chairperson up to 2 hours before the meeting by emailing tvrapino@thecityofsandyokes.com. I will call the meeting to order and get a quorum call. Oops. The mayor's gonna do that, or
Okay, Chair Rapino,
here.
Ann Garza,
Here.
Charles Spillinger,
Here.
Ray Lynn, are you still McDonald?
I haven't changed everything yet, so I guess.
And
Roger.
Gloria Sarmiento? Here. Is there anybody missing?
No,
He's not a member.
no.
He's just here.
Yeah, oh, well, what's her name?
Rue. Okay.
And also
Megan.
Megan.
And Megan Cordova. Who's that?
Dennis.
Well, who is that? Why are they here?
Okay, I
You
guess
have
we
a
have
quorum, sir.
quorum, yeah.
Sorry,
And
he's my
so,
right.
If we'd all stand for the pledge of allegiance. Okay. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There were no citizens to be heard that I could detect. So we'll move on to agenda item number 4. Discuss and possible action on new park projects that the committee considers viable to attempt in 2022. And I said I made this agenda up just pretty much from what we had last time, just to start the new year off. And I think we talked about some things last meeting that we possibly could do, but we didn't settle on anything. And I think the mayor brought up getting more internet down in the park and also lighting for several of the areas and maybe a cover for the play area and a surface and things like that. And I had an interesting call from one of Congressman Cuellar's minions.
I think we all got that call.
I
Did you
did.
get it too?
Apparently, I'm out of loop with everybody.
About the library?
No,
Oh, okay, but they didn't get that
I
call.
didn't get that one.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
All right, well, there is a program where small cities can get a library, monies to build a library in their city, and the park would be an ideal place to get it. And, it might provide us, because the mayor is saying we need better internet down in the park. I think we might be able to wrangle that into a library. And so that may be a project that we might want to explore too. I will look more into it. She sent me some information on how to go about that. Do we still have that grant company that we deal with?
We still have GrantWorks, but they're not in a, we don't have a grant writer, no.
Oh,
GrantWorks is specifically working on the drainage project on.
just the drainage project, but they wouldn't assign another writer unless.
They would not, and what I'm finding is that, and there is a grant class coming up this month that I'm going to, that you have to procure, you have to go through the standard procurement process to select a grant administrator. for a project that you want to pursue.
Mhm.
So trying to like hire GrantWorks as an example to be the grant writer and then do all the administrative, probably not going to work. But I'm hoping that when I go to that class, it's the end of January, I think it's January 31st through the 1st. I'll learn more about grant writing and what we needed and how we can maneuver through that. GrantWorks does not answer my questions.
Okay, well, I'll see what this is all about with the information that Ms. Escobedo sent me and I'll elaborate on it. I'll put it on next month's agenda or next meeting's agenda
Okay.
and we can talk about it maybe. So we need a librarian then.
Well, you know, Bear County has the bibliothèque and they will come out, they'll work with us to come out and set up for bibliothèque access as well. And the nice thing about that is it gives free job training. So, you know, all the courses that, you know, that they need to take or whatever are, and I don't know if they provide the computers, we provide the internet and the space. I'm not quite sure how that works.
I don't know. I talked to her a little bit about mobile, you know, that we used to have a bookmobile that came around here a long time ago.
We have a little
It's a
neighborhood,
little
Yeah.
neighborhood.
what do they call this?
It's a little library.
Little library, yeah.
Yeah.
There's one at GNS,
Mhm.
And
And the
there's
other one's
one-
on Hickory Shadow.
Hickory Shadow.
So anyhow, that's something that,
Well, did you want to also, from the last meeting, we talked about the exercise equipment?
the exercise equipment too, do you want me to look into that too?
Well, I think we already know, we've been over this before and we have the catalog and we kind of know what I would recommend is that you and another alderman make a motion for the next agenda to sponsor something to designate a certain amount of funding for that.
Okay, we'll do that. Let the look. And we want it along the trail, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's what y'all
Do
decided
we want
was,
one spot along at the end of the trail or do we want it spaced out?
My thought was in the area
I thought that's what you were saying.
by the community center and the restrooms, split the equipment on both sides of the trail right in that area.
Mhm.
That's going to be a relatively easy area to get lights on.
Okay, yeah. but you need
because there's
that.
already power to the restroom building and that little fenced in area off to the side.
So that, that's my suggestion if we put it right there.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
afraid if you space them out too far,
Yeah. How many pieces of equipment do you think we need?
I think you mentioned 5 last time. And
I mean, they have
they have a lot more.
at Almendorf, when I went down there and took the pictures of those pieces of equipment, they had, I think they had 4 or 5 pieces of equipment that some of them had multi-functions
Mhm.
you could do. But all of those look like they were pricey pieces of
Mhm.
equipment, so.
I did talk to Cody about that, and I think he said they spent about $5,000 on each one.
Yeah, and that probably is inaccurate. I don't know what it would be now though, but.
Yeah, and so the other thing is to consider the surface. Do we want to put some kind of base down or
You'd have to because.
pea
all
gravel compacted something? I don't know,
those-
but
All
yeah.
those things were fixed in the ground, so that would, and then you'd have to put something down,
Yeah.
pea gravel or.
So just
or
consider
crushed
that.
granite or
in your-
something.
And again, if you're going to request funds, I would always pad it a little bit. I mean, look at what happened with the refrigerator and the covered playground. Every time we consider it, the
Well-
price would go up.
The next council meetings
Next
week.
week.
So I think we ought to put it off till the following.
No. Why?
Because it's gonna take some time to
Not
get it.
necessarily, because at this point, right now,
Are we looking at using ARPA funds for this?
yes.
Yes,
So make a guess.
$30,000, sir.
Okay,
I was thinking 30, 40,000.
okay,
Just as a-
40,000.
Because if we know from the catalog, I think one thing is go back to the catalog, see if they've had a price increase. That was one of the challenges. And remember, the equipment had to have US Steel or
Well, that's
something.
only, that, I
For a
don't know if
grant.
ARPA has that, that was a different
Yeah,
grant, but
that's true. That was a grant.
yeah.
But just kind of estimate what, get a current price list maybe.
I'll look at the catalog and see if we can find multi-function type of
If
equipment.
you're
that
spending
we can-
federal money, make sure that it's made in the USA,
Yeah,
because the only way you can use imported goods is if it's no longer available in the U. Reinforced glass, the
Mhm,
glass that had chicken wire in it.
mhm.
Nobody in the United States makes that anymore. So if you want it, you got to order it from China. They're the only ones to offer
no,
it.
just about everything.
Well, that's, my
Try shopping and not buying made in China.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, my vast
almost
experience
impossible.
with federal contracting, that was the only thing I ever had that I couldn't use a US product on because they don't make it. And I had to get a special waiver from the contracting officer to use Chinese glass. But yeah, if you stick with US made products,
Well, I
The-
mean, we just have to ask the provider of the
Right.
equipment whether they
well, the
use.
steel can be made anywhere as long as it's assembled in the United States.
Except that one grant, I think, was very
It had
specific.
the
It had to be
US
US
steel.
Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make sure that we'll go US as much as we can.
Yeah. So if you can get a price on that, I'm not inclined for anyone except a professional to do the installation.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then any prep work that they recommend for how it, the surface.
Something like that has to be done by. a
It does,
professional,
yeah.
Because you have liability issues then if you're putting
Right.
things that people are gonna exercise on.
And then I would just throw whatever number you come up with, throw an extra 10 on it. Because if we don't spend it, we don't spend it. But
Yeah.
if we,
Mhm.
I'd rather,
Well, are we gonna
Make
make
one
this
request.
a covered area or just?
it's
out
gonna
in the
be,
open?
well, it could be covered. I don't know. What do you think?
No, the ones in Elmendorf aren't, but.
And I
uh,
think that equipment is made that it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be
No, it
covered.
doesn't need to be covered.
No.
And that area is fairly shady anyway.
Yeah. The reason for shade is not for the equipment, it's for the people
Mhm.
Yeah.
that are in there.
yeah.
Uh,
And you can,
But, we have two bunches of people. The early morning walkers
Mhm,
and then the late afternoon walkers.
mhm.
That area is fairly shady, both early morning
Right.
and late evening, so.
Okay,
okay, so I'll look, I'll explore the library issue and I'll explore the exercise issue. That we don't want to get too many issues because we'll never get anywhere. If we spread ourselves too thin. Maybe we just ought to focus on a couple of things and.
well, and the other thing that we talked about at the last meeting was the portable building that's in the maintenance yard.
Yes.
Moving that
too.
out.
Yeah,
I requested 2 quotes from 2 different companies to move that, and I have yet to hear from either one of them.
well, it was
Go
the
figure.
holidays.
It could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will follow up on
You're
that and see if I
follow
can
up
get some
and-
quotes. It
then
shouldn't
it-
be much. They bring a rollback and a winch and they winch it
Yeah,
up on
that-
there and move it where you want it.
Any record with the.
Yeah.
with
Well,
the-
and I went to Texas Towing because we have a contract with them for, other stuff.
Yeah.
That was one I went to, and Texas Auto Carriers was the other, and never heard from either one of them, but I'll follow up on that again.
Okay. All right, so I'll move on to agenda item 5, discuss and possible action.
I wasn't done with one,
Oh,
so.
you weren't? Go ahead.
I think we need lights on the basketball court
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
and as long as we're talking about lights, the backstop on the baseball field
Mhm.
with all that nice steel framing, I'm thinking we could put like 3 lights on it pointing towards the playground and towards the street. Yeah, basketball, I'm figuring pipe, concrete and light fixtures, it's about $250 per light.
That with installation or just? hardware?
Materials.
No, that's just material, but that's gonna go up like the flagpoles. You know, we can get a redheaded cheerleader out there,
What about,
me, John, and
well, are they,
I like having the redheaded cheerleader.
what about power? Are we gonna use solar?
You know,
power?
silver,
Solar?
yeah.
Okay,
Do solar out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
will it provide enough light? Does it have enough?
Well,
power?
according to what we see, the little solar lights out here, yeah.
Mhm. Okay,
You know, they've gotten the larger lights, the 200 and 400 watts down in the $100 range now, and they run all night, so.
so what do we're thinking like 2,000 to do that?
Yeah,
And are you taught, is that amount just for materials?
Yeah.
I would, again, I know we're all ambitious, but we're not good executioners. Include some labor to contract somebody to do the work.
Okay, 3,000,
I'd add another 1,000 on there. Just to be
4,000?
safe.
And this is for the backstop
backstop and basketball court.
and basketball court. Where would we put the lights on the basketball court? On top of the back, on top of the back?
Huh,
No, because
They'll
then you're
knock 'em
shooting
down.
right into it.
Or put poles up?
We need to set a pole on each side and get the lights up, 14, 15 feet in the air.
We may need more than 4,000.
Make it
Is that
10.
ARPA fund?
Yeah, that can be ARPA funds.
I'm gonna say 5.
Okay.
I was joking with it.
Anything else, Charles?
I just have a little request for a
Okay.
light. How about another light like you put up on that back door, one on the front door, just like it?
I was gonna bring it up on the next one.
Yeah. Oh,
That
okay.
light is
We
really
can-
bright.
Yes.
Hey, that light is
You like it?
awesome.
It's
Oh, it's
beautiful.
awesome.
Okay,
How much was that light?
Don't have a fish tank in the
I
other one. but-
I don't remember, it was under $100.
So 5K will cover it too.
That would fall under building maintenance and we just
Oh,
do it.
do it.
You want to
Okay.
put it
So we don't need to put it
above-
over.
just like.
On above the door.
Just like we got on the other door. You want one on the end of the building going out to the parking lot too?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Gosh.
Are you
That would
serious?
be reading my
Awesome.
mind.
I
It
just got
is
tingly
dark.
all over. Let me go get a tissue. 'cause
There.
How many times did you blow your nose on?
Okay.
No, that's the first one.
I'll get Charlotte to order.
There you go.
That'll be awesome.
I mean, we
Lighten
could,
up that
we
place.
Oh,
can make
yeah.
it, we can make it harder if you want.
That light, I'm sure will also hit where we want the exercise equipment. That light is wonderful.
Good.
So, anything else, guys?
I don't know, my hands got sweaty.
You're just too easy.
It's a little thing, it's a little thing.
Okay, I will move to agenda item 5 now and keeping low in case.
My composure.
Okay, discussing possible action on updates and issues from the community center, and I understand there are a few.
Okay, where do we start? We had Santa and Mrs. Claus down there and it was wonderful. A lot of kids came out. We did the angel tree. That came out wonderful. Even for such a short amount of time, I think we executed it. Everything got delivered, the Santa letters.
Already made a start on next year.
Yes, I already started. We are taking monetary donations or gifts. I started the day after Christmas. Made some leadway on that. Got gifts already. Everything was 75% off. Walmart donated 3 Christmas trees, 2 12-footers and 1 7.5-foot pre-lit for free. And I spoke to somebody at the Walmart on Rigsby, and they said that all I need is a letter, like with a header from the city, and Walmart will donate $100 every month to use for whatever we need, either
Whether it be craft supplies or,
Which Walmart is this?
Rigsby.
Rigsby and
Rigsby,
410.
okay, yeah, I know where it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Mhm.
and basically they just want something from the city that says this, here's who she is, here's what she does.
Yeah, like I'm not a crackhead trying to get free stuff. Although I was acting like a crackhead. I was running everywhere.
Just go in with white powder under your
I
nose.
know. And then my hands were sweating and I was just,
And she was crying.
and I was crying, so I was a dying mess. But yes, that's all they need from us, and they will donate $100 every month. So for whatever we need. The lady said that one man goes every month and gets a bicycle. So at the end of the year, there's 12 bikes.
That's not a bad thought as well.
No, yeah.
So she said anything we needed, and for me to go every month after each holiday, and she'll dump whatever she doesn't need.
So I just need to get that letter for you.
Yeah,
I
whenever
can
you get a
do that
chance.
before we leave here tonight.
Okay, that's great. What else did we do? On not such a happy note. Oh, no, wait, we got the refrigerator and it's flipping awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I had that on here too. I just
Yeah.
wanted to see how you were implementing it. I knew you got it.
On
because
everything.
I
It's on everything.
I looked in it, so I know you had it. so.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
What
We
about
had
the
a-
one that's broken?
I reached out to somebody and never
Harvey?
got a call back yet. So I'm guessing just a little bit after the holidays, reach out again.
Try that again. You know, it just at this time of year, maybe it, in olden days, there was clearance after New Year's. In today's
Who knows?
environment, who knows? Might just be easier to buy another
And
one.
you want,
Yeah.
Did you hear that's not on the agenda. but They closed Bill Miller's down because they didn't have enough people to work. It's
No.
just for that you still can go through the window, but you can't go inside anymore.
Wow.
wow,
This one?
All of them.
nobody wants to work.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow.
We got our new light, as was mentioned prior. That's awesome. That just lights everything up. Mr.
Makes
Charles
a
did wonderful.
Huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
So much. It just feels a little bit safer, like
Yeah.
because it's so dark.
Yeah.
So that was a good idea. We could have another one over here at the front, and then you just blew my mind putting another one in there.
On the side.
So on the side, so yes.
Yep.
We have some gifts left over from last year that we're gonna bring into the new year. Want to get started on that, on the angel tree a little bit before. And I think we're gonna start doing the Santa Claus thing there.
Yeah, so the traditional parade that has been happening from the volunteers over the last 5 years, 4 years, won't be happening anymore. What we're gonna do instead is we are going to decorate the park. We are gonna decorate the park. That's the trees that she got.
I see no.
We're gonna do what I
You see gnomes in our
recommended.
future.
If you remember last year, there was a resident who donated a community Christmas tree and people came down and put ornaments on it. So we have money in the program set aside for community events. I think the city can do the Christmas tree. We'll do another community tree again and get some decorations up and some lights and we'll do the Santa and Mrs. Claus event down there. If you didn't go down there, it was phenomenal. James and Trish played their part so well. And the kids, if they had gone to a mall, they
wouldn't
would
gotten
not
some-
have gotten that level of attention
Yeah.
and discussion and everything from those two. They thoroughly enjoyed it. The kids enjoyed it. And the parents got to take pictures of their kids with Santa. And it was great.
was
It actually
awesome,
was very, very good. So we're just gonna take that and blow it up. And
He spent as much time with every kid that
Who was Santa?
James Ellis,
James
planning and
Ellis.
zoning,
Dalton's
Dalton's dad.
Gloria met them at the door. No, I'm sorry, Diego and Lolly met them at the door. Sprayed them, or didn't spray them, but.
Disinfected them.
With lights on. Rubbed 'em with the hand sanitizer, and then sent them to Gloria. Gloria found out their name. And then when
She played
Santa
the elf
was ready,
so good.
she took them over and told them the name and how old they were. If they were scared, I saw him go over to them, and he would go to them and
And we
talk.
only had one
Mhm.
screamer.
One screamer, and I remember his name. It was awesome, and I loved how everybody came together in such a
Yeah.
short amount of time.
Because that was a 2 o'clock that afternoon. Change of plans.
Yeah,
And at 5,
it was 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, we did it.
yeah,
Yeah. The
I
first
mean,
one.
Mickey said it and Gloria just started, do this, y'all do this, you do this.
They
you do that."
decorated,
Oh, that's my jam.
Yeah.
That is my thing. What? We're gonna celebrate? Okay.
So it
course.
worked
And she
out really
cried.
well. One
And
of
I
the
cried a lot.
things- So the candy, the goodie bags that we put together, I don't know that those need to happen. Because Mrs. Claus is giving out the candy
Candy
canes,
canes,
so let's do
candy
the
cane.
candy canes. That was easier. But we have a lot of candy left, and we're gonna
We
use
do.
that probably for Easter. We're gonna take any peppermints out, any Christmas stuff and use them for Easter.
Yeah.
We gotta throw away the chocolate.
But yeah, it was good. I would like to see maybe we'll expand on it a little bit, maybe some
Can we start planning the 4th of July festival?
we can, and we're gonna be planning Easter as well.
Okay,
Why, what would you like to do for Fourth of July?
I think we should do what we did last year.
I agree.
but Burgers and
Hot
hot
dogs and
dogs.
games, and
Games and.
I don't think that's on the agenda.
Bigger.
Well,
do you wanna do
the
bigger?
Community center.
We are talking about the community center.
Yeah,
You let me know and I will do it.
I think Easter will come first.
Easter
though.
will
Easter's
come
coming
first.
first. I already got an Easter costume.
Yeah, we have an Easter bunny. He's a little scary. He's not warm
No,
and
he's
fuzzy.
not. He's cute. He has a vest.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. You guys just let me do stuff and I'll do it.
And we have Easter baskets out the wazoo.
We
Oh my
have-
gosh, yeah.
I still have a little more than 100 Easter baskets in my bunker, in my storage room at home. And then there's
That's all
another
that's
100
in
in the
there.
community center.
I didn't
Yeah,
know she had another 100 at home.
don't
I got them for a penny,
Yeah, I know.
like 2-3
Oh.
years ago. Eggs. Oh, I have eggs and I have the Easter
The
grass.
grass.
Good.
Yeah.
So we'll put together something for Easter.
4th of July. Um,
I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that last year.
That was
Good.
fun.
Yeah, I think everybody that came did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we can
Yeah.
do the blow up balloon, the slide.
The slide.
water
And
slide
again, that
again.
was, that was some last minute planning. I think,
Yeah, I agree.
We need an Uncle Sam walking around on stilts.
oh, remember that guy on Halloween? Yes. We need to get his number.
I know where he lives.
Oh,
The guy, the one that had dragging the head behind
Yeah.
him.
Yes,
Yeah, he was awesome.
he
Okay.
was awesome. I don't know
also
about walking on
on the
grass
still,
and
but
sand.
there's a little pig twig.
That's true.
We'll just keep him on the pig. Oh, that's cute. Okay, now my head's going. On not such a happy note, the community center has a little boo-boo. There's a leak.
in the bathroom.
Well,
Oh,
we
yes.
noticed it. We
It's
kept
in the
looking
holding
up.
cell, that's where it's.
Yeah, we kept looking up because we would see water and we were tracking water, like putting stuff away in the holding cell. That's our storage area for the community center. So apparently it's coming from under the flooring in the
Yeah.
holding cell and also in the bathroom to the immediate in the
The one
immediate
that used to be the
entrance.
men's bathroom.
Right there, but it seems to be coming from the back bathroom. So it's just completely coming out. What we did was close it and not use it. We haven't been using that bathroom.
Does it
So-
have a cutoff? Doesn't have a cutoff.
Well, we were utilizing the community center, so we couldn't really cut the.
We
floor.
had an
I mean, a
awesome
cutoff to
wedding
that particular
reception there.
bathroom.
Toilet or
Oh.
whatever.
The leaks before the call.
Oh, is it?
Okay,
Hmm.
so did I know that I had asked for Priscilla to be contacted about that? Did they-
Michael,
was.
Michael went to go.
Did
take
they
a little
call a
look-see.
plumber?
But
call a
Priscilla
plumber?
came in there and I told her to. Apparently not.
Because it'll,
They never
you know,
came.
I don't know where
That's
the
'cause
leak
that's
is, but
like
it'll
2
it'll
weeks now.
damage the place.
That's not good.
Eventually.
If the good thing about the holding cells, we have stuff on those rolling racks, so we can,
Yeah, we got the boxes up off the floor.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
we
the
had to
boxes
get
up
off
off
the
The floor
boxes.
will, it'll eventually ruin the floor.
it's
Well,
starting to
yeah.
smell.
Exactly.
musky in there.
Hopefully it hadn't already because there's
Yeah.
a lot of water.
Yeah.
A lot.
Depends on what the floor is made out of.
I think it's just tile and then.
It's that vinyl adhesive
I mean, underneath, I mean.
Yeah.
wood.
I bet it's
Subfloor,
just-
the
yeah, the
plywood?
subfloor, I think is
Just
just
wood.
regular, probably OSB, which means it just,
Mhm.
Press board.
okay, I've sent Michael and Priscilla an email. I can't believe that's still, because it's been over a week. That was supposed to be addressed last week. Okay. What else?
Mm,
Always end on a high note. If you're gonna bring bad news,
I'm sorry.
go first.
Well, we'll be getting our food back next week.
Yes, food's coming back next week, Monday, so we're gonna start
Hopefully.
that busyness all over again.
Do you have phone numbers for all of your customers that come for food?
I have some of them.
You have email addresses? You have anything? Because I'd like to get you set up for Nixle.
Next, I can get them.
We
this
can,
Monday.
we can sign them up. If you will create a sheet and tell them what you want to do. We need email or phone number. They want to get an email or a text, whatever they want. So name and
And that'll be the
whichever
reminders.
one. And then what we'll do is I'll build a list specifically for the food. And then that way you can
As a
remind
matter of
them.
fact, I actually do have addresses for most of them because of. the
Not,
Angel
I
Tree.
need email addresses.
Oh, email addresses.
Yeah.
No.
I don't need
I have phone
address.
numbers and I have
Okay,
addresses.
whatever you got, we can, and I'll show you how to do the next.
I'll get the emails though. On Monday. I'll get the emails from them, but I do have their phone numbers.
Emails or phone numbers.
I would venture to say that some of them may not even have emails. If you think about some of the people that come
Text
up
is
there.
probably the best way.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick and easy way to get a reminder that food's gonna be distributed.
I do have a lot of them because of the little angel trees.
Right,
So I have a lot of addresses, a lot of phone numbers. But on Monday, when we start seeing people, please remind me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, they told us,
Please remind me.
they told us we weren't gonna have food until the 10th, and then all of a sudden they showed up Monday and nobody's there. We're
Yesterday.
not ready.
Oh my gosh,
So they took it back.
It was their screw up.
because that's what I told everybody. It was the
Mhm.
Oh, no,
as
yeah,
well.
that's.
That's what we
what
were
the
told.
emails were
Okay.
from Pepsi. They weren't supposed to be working. But that's it.
Okey doke, then we already discussed the refrigerators, so
Oh, sorry, yes.
I'll skip from to agenda item 7, discussing possible action on the status of door repairs for the park restroom. Does anyone know what the status is on that door? Did we get the parts in?
I have not been notified we got the parts in. They
Okay, so I guess there's. still-
Theoretically, were ordered.
Yeah, that's what I
And,
heard, and they were due out or something of that nature.
I'll follow up on that.
Okay. Okay, then we'll skip to 8, discussing possible action on expanding the disc golf system. And I know
We have 2 now.
we
Yeah.
have 2, yeah. We need to,
Let's get 2 more and make a big deal out of it for the Easter celebration.
There you go.
that's a good idea. And where will we put them?
In her office with the other.
Everything
Put 'em
else.
on the table.
What we need to
Yeah,
do is
we
get
could-
them set up permanently
Put 'em-
somewhere.
Yeah,
Some way.
near the playground.
The
Is that
problem is
that
if we do them
field?
permanently, we need to make sure that there's regulation. What, I don't know what the
Mhm.
regulation is.
Hmm.
If they're mobile, I mean, I like the idea of setting them up permanent because then we don't have to worry about them.
Well, we don't want to set them up permanently if we're going to expand until we know they're going to catch on.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
so if we set them up, we can, maybe we can, maybe, when did you say to do it, Charles?
Easter,
Get them out Easter.
Easter, and we can have it as part of the recreation thing and pick an area that we can, I don't know, have a prize for anybody that was a participator or something like that. We
Yeah.
can think about it. And
they're not very heavy. I'm sure we can move them around on that little feeder thing. That's
You
back
think
there.
they're going the gator?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were only $900, so.
Yeah, they're cheap enough.
Right?
It's probably
Okay.
coming up, I know.
Easter, when is Easter? In April or March this year?
I have not looked.
Let me check and see. Calendar,
Unless they cancel it.
not happening. I don't use that calendar.
I'd say when we want to go permanent with those, we could
Looks like it's
April, I mean,
Use-
wait,
I passed
use the big old volleyball fields. We could
April
set 'em
17th.
out there.
right after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
I don't think we have,
How'd I get down? That's.
You keep tapping the wrong.
I don't think we have enough demand for volleyball to,
No,
So
I,
they're back-
one of the girls that I was talking to, the volleyball, she said the ball would get covered in stickers and
Yeah.
stuff like that, so.
yeah,
Well-
and it would cost as much to restore the volleyball field, probably more than it would the baseball field. Because the only way you can, make it nice out there would be go out, scoop all the dirt out, put in fresh sand.
And then you gotta
Do
worry about the
nets.
cats. You wanna go play volleyball.
Yeah.
Don't fall.
Playing in their sand, in litter box.
Keep your mouth closed.
There's seagulls on the beach and they play on every beach, so.
Exactly.
and-
But I
and
think that,
other things.
I think that there is a bigger desire for a soccer field.
Yeah, I think so too. There's a soccer field right on the, what is it, Priest or down there towards 1604. What's that road there? I always forget the name of it.
Lamb,
Yeah,
Priest?
Lamb Road.
there's a soccer field down there?
Yeah, that,
It's going towards 281.
yeah.
On
yeah.
1604 over by across from Matthew Middle
Yeah,
School.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
Soccer
soccer field.
count. That's
I
a
don't know
bear-
who uses it.
It's
you
the
know.
Bear County owns that.
Oh, is it?
And it's, I think there's 6 or 7, maybe more soccer fields, and they do tournaments and
Hmm.
classes and stuff like that.
So things are coming around again. Maybe people will start wanting to do team sports again.
Okay, I sent an email about the park bathrooms.
Go, so we'll look at doing the evaluation of the golf system at Easter. And we can talk about how to set it up and what we might use as a come on for it. And that being said.
Well, hang on. When's our next, your turn?
Next what?
Next week.
Next week?
The next what?
On the 15th.
It is on the 15th, okay.
Within the dark.
And I think those,
Community yard sale.
the community
Oh,
yard sale,
okay.
does that mean that Penny Falls will be out here? Okay, Those during the winter time. I think we schedule them anyway, but if the weather's bad, you're not gonna get a good turnout. And the last one that we had, it was raining and it was bad.
I didn't, I
Penny
would have
Buzzard's
wanted to
still
bring
up
my
there,
dog
though.
too, and I didn't think they would be there.
The
They
Penny Falls was
came.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Okay, that's all I
Actually,
have.
they were busy. There were no vendors out there,
Right,
but Penny Paws was busy in the beginning, weren't they? It seems
yeah,
like-
and my,
They were
my,
there for 2 hours, scheduled for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and then it rained anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
but my point is, we were talking about the golf. That event, that monthly event that we have down there is a good opportunity to push the disc golf. Get it set up and, the kids can play or the adults can play or, Okay,
No. So I'll move on to agenda item 9 and adjourn.
and it is
7:10 or 7:09.
7:10.
That's 1909, sir.
I know, but we're in the city and around.